Hello, Tiffany. Hey, Butterscotch, Shiara, Harlem, Rara. Hello, Rara. Keyline, Brooke. Haven't been to a live for a while. Nah, you haven't missed much. You haven't missed anything important. Michelle. Hey, Jenna. Ananaki. What's up? Hey, Straight Coat. Nothing much. And we're excited to have you here, Jenna. Hey, Lisa. Poppin' corn. I've had popcorn. Hey, Fernanda. Yeah, but people keep saying that. PO boxes do cost money. Not sure how worthwhile a PO box would be for me, honestly. How much? It varies. I forget what the costs are, but it depends on the size, depends on how long you're renting it for. $5 in this game. More than $5. Hey, Sunny. It depends on where you live. It depends on the size of the box. It depends on how long you're sort of renting it for. Your situation. That's okay. I did look not too long ago, but I completely forgotten. What's for dinner? Microwave shit. You just rent your birthday and or holidays. I think the minimum you can rent one for is like 3 months. Titney, welcome back, Titney. I sent you the money for PO Box while I get it. Hey, Meat Sweats. Hey, Killface. Hey, Color Purple. I think I'm kind of inclined to hold off for a little bit longer on a PO Box. There's still something weird about the idea of people sending shit to me anyway. Yeah, definitely for right now, definitely I do want to keep holding off for a bit longer. Can't imagine what some people would send me. Porn. People would be sending me lots of porn and shit. Sex toys. People would be sending me sex toys. That's what people. Hey, Comic Brook. That's what people would send me is sex toys. I just know it. Absolutely, like 100% certain. People would be sending me friggin' sex toys. Because you people are goddamn perverts. Bunch of perverts on here. Send me a job application. Oh, I've applied at a couple places. I'll continue applying. Make a schedule. I can make a schedule. I won't stick to it. Do you have to walk far to the post office? I'm not sure where the nearest post office would be. Or like where the nearest place with PO boxes are. I'm not sure where the nearest PO boxes are. Going to the Yukon this summer and I'll get you moose turkey. I don't think I'd have to walk all that far though. What's wrong with people today? I saw a YouTuber that got a life-size sex doll at his front door. I mean, I suppose it'd be nice having a co-host. Spontaneous lives are exciting surprises. Hey, Syrup. They're not spontaneous. I mean, it's most days. It's anywhere between 7 and 9 that I start. Anywhere from 7 in the evening to 9 in the evening Eastern time that I start. Hey, Sammy. My chill. Thanks, Sammy. How am I rapidly gaining weight without a job like this? I'm not gaining weight. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure my weight has been pretty steady, pretty consistent. Anyway, I'm able to buy groceries for now. I am still able to buy groceries for now. Hey, Gabrielle. Even so, I'll definitely want to get a job. Make it a bit easier. Not the blue shirt. I like my blue shirt. Hey, Hos. Came out. Yesterday was an unusual situation, though, Honey Bunny. Yesterday was unique because I had the shits earlier that night. She lost weight a little bit, I think. I was starting to lose a bit of weight. I was starting to lose a bit of weight even before I moved. Hey, Moody. I suppose I can check what my weight is. I haven't cooked anything. It's just gonna check my weight. Well, that's off.
Body weight is 123 pounds. Body weight is 123 pounds.
That's wildly off. I have not lost 70 pounds in the past couple of weeks. I weighed myself like 2 weeks ago. So that was way off. Expose the milkshake? No. It's nothing to do with the place that I drank it from. It's entirely to do with me. Hey, Daphne. 10K sub. 10,000 subs, but not, I feel like not that many viewers most of the time. Removed and re-added the battery. Hopefully that gets it to the right.
Body weight is 188.2 pounds. Body weight is 188.2 pounds.
Hey, Loretta. And hi, Daphne. That one works a bit better. I know, Comic Brook. Yeah, that makes more sense. From home tech support. In the 200s. Not long ago, I was. Hey, Dandy. Hey, hi. 5'7" 3/4. So I'm just shy of 5'8". You gained 70 some pounds in 1 minute. Yeah, I just fixed the. It was about 65 pounds. I gained 65 pounds in 2 minutes. Hey, Siren. I removed the battery and put it back in. Took the battery out, put the battery back in. That reset the scale. Seeing Jamie Lee Curtis, 27-year-old trans child. They look like me. Cool. Oh, actually, wait. Poor them. Man, feel bad. I feel bad for Jamie Lee Curtis kid. Looking like me. Woo. Anyway, Jamie Lee Curtis seems like a really cool person. Hi, Rachel. Channel of the hatching quails. I have not, Rachel. Baby birds creep me out, if I'm honest. I'm not a fan of birds in general, but baby birds especially. And over 50 pounds of crack. Yeah. Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson seems. I respect Liam Neeson deciding to, like, after a long and respected career, deciding to be like, I'm gonna do the dumbest fucking movies now. Trivia on Tuesdays. What's the controversy about Neeson? Good, I missed something. Much enough for you to do sponsored content, my cat. I would need to find a sponsor. I hate birds. I don't know. Just in general, birds for the most part just don't really do much for me. I'm just like I don't really care that much about birds. What sponsors do you think you should get? I don't know. Gaming company? Probably not. I don't really do enough gaming. And like the games that I do play, like Our Life, that is an indie game. It was funded on fucking Kickstarter. And like a bunch of other games that I plan on playing. Again, Kickstarter. Beyond that, my gaming videos are far and away my least popular content. Hey, Backrooms. Like the gaming videos I do are far and away my least popular content. Not even close. It's not even close at that point. Even my book reviews get vastly more views. Review food or something. What was my last like my review of Wednesday got like 1,200 views. Yeah, like most of my Mass Effect videos were getting like 200 or 300 views. My review of the book Fangs got over 900. So it's late to the party. Well, no lipstick. My point was that it got like 1,000 reviews, 1,000 videos more than the vast majority of my Mass Effect videos. Right, you need 4K a video to make money. Not so sure about that. Most of my lives make get my lives tend to vary in number of views. I suppose some of them are getting 2,000-3,000. Snack review or something. I'm too picky an eater. I'm too finicky an eater for that, Queen. Prank video? Pranks have never really been something that I'm interested in. There is that as well, Luna. Hey, Mim. Stream from the jacuzzi. Just give us some tea. No, Brie. Borscht? I don't think so. MLM. Oh, I am absolutely a picky eater, Luna. You hang on to your red books? Yeah, in general, yeah. Hey, Habibi. Last time I got rid of a bunch of books was right before I moved out to Ottawa. When I was preparing to move to Ottawa, I took a bunch of books down to Goodwill. Tend to read books often. Book reviews are always good. Yeah, I've sort of slowed down on the reading. I haven't. Hey, Tuesday. I need to get back into reading more regularly. Yeah, for like, I do like to hold on to my books. I like having books. I might like having books more than I like reading books. Hey, Taya. You know? Salvation Army, Anunnaki, is the anti-queer one. Not just trans. Salvation Army is anti-gay, anti-queer in general. Ebooks? I know, and I've got tons and tons and tons of digital books from Kickstarter. My favorite author? Probably Jane Austen. Audiobooks, I can't do. Hey, Lorraine. I'm not able to pay attention when just listening. Danielle Steele. That is certainly an idea, Queen. Hey, Margaret. What Salvation Army do? I have not read Spare, and I don't think I'll bother. Hey, Booty. Salvation Army has a long history of discriminating against queer people. Blanking on the details off the top of my head. Give me a second. Paperboy. All about that Paperboy. Backshots! Do a reaction to the newest Knock Knock It's Karma video. Probably not. I don't think I'll be doing that. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I'm looking up the details on Salvation Army's anti-queer. I'm not on Grindr. No, Killface. So yeah, they have. They did. They did try to get a. Fates in the jacuzzi tub. So yeah, they did try to make it so that they would be able to ignore local ordinances against anti-LGBTQ discrimination. In 2001, the organization tried to strike a deal with the Bush administration, which would have allowed religious charities that receive federal funding to circumvent local ordinances against anti-LGBTQ discrimination. In 2012, Salvation Army branch in Vermont was accused of firing a caseworker after learning she was bisexual. Also in 2012, spokesperson said the organization views same-sex relationships as sinful. 2011, New York Times interviewed a man who claimed the Salvation Army denied him and his boyfriend shelter in the 90s unless we broke up and then left the sinful homosexual lifestyle behind. Also used to have a position statement. Does not consider same-sex orientation blameworthy in itself. Homosexual conduct, like heterosexual conduct, requires individual responsibility. Scripture forbids sexual intimacy between members of the same sex. Salvation Army believes, therefore, that Christians whose sexual orientation is primarily or exclusively same-sex are called upon to embrace celibacy as a way of life. In 2017, Think Progress reported that the Salvation Army Substance Abuse Center in New York City had engaged in discriminatory behavior against trans people. Salvation Army centers in New Zealand and Scotland have lobbied against the repeal of anti-queer laws. So yeah, basically, the Salvation Army as a Christian organization does have a history of discriminating against queer people and hey, Belly, and of arguing in favor of discriminating against queer people. No, I'm an atheist, Bets. They don't help gay people. From what I can gather, basically only if they don't know that you're gay. You know, like they'll help queer people, but only if they don't know the people are queer. Seems to be sort of the impression I'm getting from it. You think Brianna Wu was discriminated against by GameStop? I don't know. I do think that Brianna Wu did face a lot of misogynistic hate for for pointing out that the video game industries have a history of misogyny. We'll kick you out of the shelter if the nigger gay. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know if I couldn't think of any of the examples off the top of my head, Carrie. Do you think it's okay that a white woman wrote a book on Asian dumplings? So that one, I don't really know all the details about that particular thing. That said, it does seem like, hey Frida, from what little I do, hey Triggers, from what little I do know of that particular controversy, it looks like it got pretty overblown. Because I mean, white people can make dumplings. From what I understand, she wasn't claiming to be an expert in Asian cuisine. She wasn't hey Triggers, happy bi-weekly payday celebration to us. Congratulations, Triggers. White people eat dumplings. They're called pierogies. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where white people do eat dumplings as well. So, from hey, Keefster. So it does seem like the controversy about that particular woman was overblown, and I'm pretty sure I've read shit about like the woman who sort of launched the controversy, who launched the initial attacks against her. I feel like I saw some shit about her being kind of a alien tourist, kind of a shitty person as well, like kind of a bit of a grifter. Should non-whites be able to dye their hair blonde? I mean, I'm just not keen on blonde hair in general. I'm sorry. I considered reviewing the Cybertruck? No. How goes the job search? Poorly. Job hunting stream. I mean, that's all going to be off stream, Brooklyn. Am I allergic to blondes? As for Playgirl. OnlyFans? I don't think I'd do OnlyFans. Killface? That said, there are certain hairstyles where if you're going to have that hairstyle, you're going to get mocked. You got to be prepared for it. If you're going to have a rat tail or a mullet, I'm sorry, but hey, Vanna. I'm sorry, but mullets and rat tails and a few other hairstyles, yeah, you just gotta be ready to, you just gotta be prepared for for comments. Mullets are kind of in right now. Why? Why are they in? I don't think hair matters. You'd be surprised, Pam. You would still be very much surprised. For one thing, you're not going to get an office job if you've got a mohawk. I'm sorry, it's just like it's like anyone who says like, oh, people don't care about hairstyles anymore. You don't see any mohawks in an office, and there's a reason for that. Because of perceptions regarding that hairstyle. That tech is a little bit different, but like last office I was in, dude had mohawk. Well, maybe some, but IT company where you don't have to deal with people. But I don't know. I think there's a lot of places where if you apply and if you've got a mohawk and you apply, you're probably not going to get it because yes, hair does still matter to a lot of companies. A lot of employers do still care about hair. I have a bush. Tattoos are more acceptable in society these days. Again, to an extent. I mean, obviously, yeah. If you think that if you think that hair doesn't matter, again, I would just point you to black women. What do you think about someone calling a Jewish person a goblin? 90% of the time, it's racist. 90% of the time, they're being racist or anti-Semitic. I would say that 90% of the time, they're being anti-Semitic. 10% of the time, they're using it in the same way that they would use it for, a non-Jewish person, for a goy. Hey, Zoe. Not necessarily acceptable, but goblin mode. Like it's sort of like, hey, fuzzball. And actually, I was probably being conservative. 98% of the time. 98% of the time, if someone's calling a Jewish person a goblin, they're being anti-Semitic. 2% of the time, they're referring to they're literally not even thinking of the person's religion, and they're just pointing at person's behavior being similar to that of other people that they refer to as goblins. Because it's like there are people who act there are people of all races and creeds and everything. There are people who act like goblins, who are just weird little people, just weirdos being weird and weirdly and kind of feral. It happens. Like I said, goblin mode. I am a goblin. There are people who call themselves goblins. There are absolutely people who regularly compare themselves to goblins. So there's that 2% of the time where it is a completely where it is genuinely like a joke between friends. I think that's what it is. There's 2% of the time where it's like a joke between friends. 98% of the time, calling a Jewish person a goblin is anti-Semitic. 2% of the time, it's friends making fun of each other. I think that's what it comes down to. Jew jokes are funny and based. When it's Jews telling them. Frida Stoner, what are you doing to help issues you claim to care about? Nothing. Nothing, because I suck. Comfort? Probably. It's called YouTube. Yeah, that sounds like it's probably anti-Semitic, unless it's referring to like a group of YouTubers who spend a lot of time discussing Judaism and issues affecting Jews. No, I'm not Jewish. Like I imagine they're probably. I imagine they're probably. Like now that you mention it, like there probably are, like, a set of like there probably are a set of YouTubers who refer to themselves that way, like just sort of like a community among YouTube who just use that term as a joke. Slang term for people from Cornwall? Cornwallians, I think. But been looking for a job for 1.5 weeks. Got an offer yesterday. Nice, Gary. Awesome. Got my shirt. I wouldn't want short. Place that you're like, is it a place that like you're excited to work, Carrie? What? I don't know what you're talking about, Postball. Felt very sorry for you as a bystander. Kaesler? Nope. Absolutely, I have not. In the watch things, never participant. Pretty much. I'm not a person who does things. Certainly not. I don't know Comic Book. Don't want to work. I know. Looking forward to sitting my ass around. Yeah, I get that, Gary. Which superhero is the most racist? Guy Gardner seems like he'd be up there. Job's job. I have a dog to feed. Yep. Red Skull's not a superhero. The question was which superhero is the most racist? Red Skull is a villain. I mean, it's gonna be someone from the Golden Age. Let's be honest, it's gonna be like some Golden Age superhero who fought in World War II. Negotiated a $3 raise for my last job, so that's good. Nice. Superman only see thing. I mean, back in the day, people of other races weren't allowed to exist as anything other than caricatures in comics back in the day. Alien Tourist. It took until like the mid 1960s for Black people to be depicted as anything other than the most racist caricature. Line for food stamps? I won't be a juicer. And it's worth noting, even in the 60s, a lot of black people were still kind of depicted as kind of racist caricatures even in the 60s. But like, you know, when Robbie Robertson was introduced into the Spider-Man comics, you know, that was sort of when, or there was a Silver Surfer comic. There was a Silver Surfer comic that somebody actually wrote a letter and complained about. Like there are a few issues, like they actually, like there was a letter printed in a Silver Surfer comic about a story. Tyrock? Oh yeah, yep, absolutely. I think that's actually who I was thinking of, Average Dude. In terms of black characters still being really racist back in the 60s. But I don't know, I've forgotten what character I was talking about before. Whatever. The Twilight Sparkle? A figurine, yeah. Oh yes, the Silver Surfer. So there's a story in Silver Surfer. This is back in the 60s when the Silver Surfer was confined to the Earth. And he was trying to find ways to escape the Earth. And after some failed attempt, he crash landed in the backyard of this black scientist. And, you know, they spent some time together with the black dude trying to come up with a way to help the surfer escape the Earth, and they became good friends. And he got, and in the end, the black guy got lynched and murdered. Because, you know, that sort of thing was still somewhat topical in the late 60s. So, yeah, they did a Silver Surfer. They did a story about a black dude being lynched. And somebody wrote in a letter complaining about it. Like, oh, why do you got to infuse politics into the stories? You know, we're reading politics for the characters. We're reading for the stories. Why you got to infuse politics into this? Why you got to make it all political? Which is hilarious to think that nothing has changed in the 45 years since then. $55? Wait, hold on. 55. Funny to think that nothing has changed in the 55 years since then. With people still whining anytime stories decide to There's people still complaining anytime a comic book tries to have tries to comment on politics, which is just a stupid, shitty misunderstanding of fucking fiction, of stories. Do I like Dylan Mulvaney? I don't know anything about Dylan Mulvaney. I know nothing about her. Except that her existence sure seems to piss conservatives off. The fact that Drew Barrymore showed compassion to Dylan Mulvaney set the gender critical crowd absolutely freaking out. Like, just ridiculous freak out from them. That's on Bucky taking the throne from T'Challa. I mean, that sounds like a weird way to go. Bucky's not Wakandan. Yeah, that's a bullshit. That is a bullshit description, way of phrasing it. Bucky is a weird name. It's weird, is his actual name is James Buchanan Barnes. Like, his actual name is James Buchanan Barnes. James Buchanan is not somebody that you expect anyone to be named after. Like, of all the... I'm going to give you a warning this time, Patrick, but I do not put up with transphobia and misgendering. I do not put up with misgendering. Like, James Buchanan is not somebody that you would expect somebody to be named after. He's not particularly... he's not a respected figure. Yes, he was a president, but not one that anybody actually liked. Dylan Mulvaney, she's adorable. I saw the first Black Panther. I would say that Patrick's statement was kind of calling her a cool dude. Dude is gender neutral for some people. There are people who absolutely hate being called dudes, but there are people who use dude gender neutrally, but dude is something that is still often really considered to be a male term. Hey, Senna. And I feel like not always, Luna. I don't know. The impression I got, like, I don't really think it is Mimi. And again, I don't really think it is Rachel. Candace Kane? I have no idea who that is. Oh, good night, Fuzzball. Anyway, to answer the earlier question about working at McDonald's, The answer is I don't think that I would actually be able to handle it. I don't think that. I think that would probably be a job that I would not manage. Food services are stressful. Trivia Tuesdays? Occasional Tuesdays, maybe. Like I feel like I don't really want it to be like. I don't want trivia to be something that happens all the time. Been bedtime? Okay. Okay, Killface. Good luck with that. I think I probably can work, and I am. I have applied at a couple places. I'll apply more soon. Thought I couldn't handle being an accountant, but I figured it out. Hard to get back into work being off so long. I get it. You're not black, but life coach? Nah. Pass. Scuffed houses around Cornwall and surrounding areas on Zillow. I mean, that's an idea for something. Look for houses on Zillow. Hey, Twinkie. Closest fast food place. There is a McDonald's within convenient walking distance. Fast food work sucks even when you're young. Yeah. Worst cooks. Maybe. Join some of the wild Zillow groups. Thrift shop. Yeah, I mean, thrift shop is somewhere that I don't think I'd have any problem working. Twinkie, not recently, because it's. The issue with that is the money needed to relocate. Look on Nextdoor for the things that people in Cornwall post about. Hey, Barbara. The next Pablo Escobar. Just get a loan. I would very much prefer not to, Priscilla. Replace Al Capone. Yes, relocate. No, I am not okay with so-called maps. They don't read in Cornwall? I mean, there is a local library, but it has no openings. Go to the bank with a gun and they will give you a 0 interest loan. You don't even have to pay it back. Yeah, but I'd have to be able to afford a gun, Priscilla. How am I going to afford a gun? Be a professional jobber in wrestling? Shit, no, that's way more athletic than I am capable of. Person who works in IT. Luna, my issue isn't even really human interaction. You know what my problem was working in customer service? I care too much. That sounds like a line. It sounds like a cliche, but genuinely, I care too much for customer service to really work for me. Because a big part of working customer service is telling customers no. If you fired a gun, do you think your booty would jiggle from the recoil? I'm inclined to think not. I don't have much of an ass. Vlog of me exploring my town. There's not much to explore, Lady Phoenix. Right here, but the problem is like somebody calling in, like they're having trouble making ends meet. They need to cut down on costs, and I end up having to tell them, no, there's nowhere here to cut costs unless you cancel your service entirely. Which you can't tell them you can't tell them cancel their service. Like it's like, oh, I need to reduce my cell phone bill. Oh, well, sorry. You've already got the cheapest plan available. Anything I can do about the internet? No, you got the cheapest internet plan available. Yeah. Yeah, nothing we can do to help you save money in this time where you are struggling with cash. There's nothing we can do to help you save money. But hey, anything else I can help with? So that was the problem I'd run into. They're not that few and far between, Carrie. Those, I would say a solid 10%. I would say a solid 10% of the calls that I got in a day were people who were looking to cut down on their bills and me telling them that there was nowhere to cut down. I mean, considering I'd get probably 100 calls a day. Cable phone internet companies in Canada are all like mafia. So yeah, it's just multiple calls a day. Like it would be multiple times every day, and I would feel shitty after every single one. And it would build up and build up and build up. And I would just, it was too hard. We don't have a community college? I think it might. I think so. St. Lawrence. Yeah, I think St. Lawrence Community College. I never said I was smart, Pat. Go back to school. Nah, I sucked at school. Cashier. Yeah, I've applied to cashier at one or two places. brother-in-law has worked for TELUS for 20 years. I think he's dead inside now. Yeah, you have to be to work for that. Hey, West Coast modeling. What's 97 times 36? 3,492. Carrie? I mean, sure, but in my case, it wasn't about ethics. It was just about 12 times 6, 72. 88 cursors and toiletries. There is a place within walking distance that I can go. 67 times 79. 5,293. Do you, Smokey, do you not have a calculator of your own? Like, do you not have a cell phone that you can just pull up your calculator app? For the record, you can type this stuff into Google as well. Like, you can just actually, like, go into Google and type in. No, Beckers, no. I'm not answering your math questions anymore. Thought I was good at math? No? I've never said I was good at math. Do it in my head? Why? Why do math in your head when you walk around with a fucking calculator? Chat about mermaids. Do you see the trailer for that new movie about a teenage kraken? What was it called? I don't remember what it's called, but the movie about a teen kraken who has to kraken. Sea monster? Like giant squid sea monster? So, well, it's called it's a name. It's like someone's name, Teenage Kraken. It's like the character's name, Teenage Kraken. Ruby Gilman, yeah. Ruby Gilman, Teenage Kraken. It's 2 plus 3. 5. Okay. Not a movie that I plan on watching, but it does look very cute. So if you like mermaids, that one seems kind of cute. Although the mermaid is the villain. That one, it's the protagonist is a kraken, and the villain is actually a mermaid. But it looks like a cute movie. There's mermaids are definitely evil. There's a cartoonist I follow on Twitter, Jessie Sharon. She loves mermaids. She did an entire comic, The Sea in You, about there's like a sort of modern day queer reimagining of The Little Mermaid. And she's really excited for that Mary Gilman one. I met Ruby Bridges. You know who she is? Fuck, I've totally forgotten. I do. I've totally blanked on Ruby Bridges, on who Ruby Bridges is. Yes, the integration. I knew the name. I knew she was like civil rights figure. It just could not. Yeah, she was. She seems pretty well adjusted. Oh. Oh, hi, J Dot. I didn't even see you come in, J. Sorry, J Dot. I didn't see you come in. Hello. Have I unpacked fully? Nope. I have no idea, Dandy. Drowning in euphoria? I'm drowning in your mom's pussy. I'm sorry, Anunnaki. I'm sorry. Thanks, Carrie. Will I be bringing sexy back? I doubt it. Sure thing, Pat. Low class joke. I know. That's why I apologize. I don't have an obsession with mothers. I have an obsession with jokes about having sex. I have an obsession with jokes about having sex with mothers. Sure thing, Pat. Will I be taking sensitivity classes? My mom says she's disappointed in you. Fair enough. I don't blame her. Many women have said that to me. My mom says he never called. Many mothers would probably beat me up. Probably. Men with mommy issues worse than women with daddy issues. I don't know. Mama said knock you out. Women with daddy issues are the worst. I mean, they're not the worst when you're looking for a pickup. Which I never am. So, what is the lookup time for an item in a what? I don't even know what the hell a hash map is. Do I like Jews? Yeah. Me and Chantal met in high school. It would have been I think grade 11 or 12. It was 11 or 12, grade 11 or grade 12 that we met. I don't really remember now. Did I not pass computer science class? My computer class, like, I had a basic computer class. You remember, like, you know how old I am, right, Priscilla? Like, I took one semester of, like, I had like a 1 semester computer thing in like 2002. They did a one with road children. I don't know. Computer class taught me to type, my favorite skill ever. It's about the only thing they did with me. Room tour? Nah. Like, I honestly don't remember anything I learned in my computer class. Because it was 20 years ago. Because I'm a lazy, shitty person, Ash. West Coast? I am. I am allowed to use it. I just not interested in using it. How old am I? 38. And feel 50. Volunteer picking up trash in PDX. I've seen a lot of poop and needles. Yeah, I can understand that. I can see that. Go stream in the jacuzzi. Whatever, Pat. Dropped out of my comp tech right before I finished my final video game assignment. Oof. My graduation. I didn't even go to my graduation. Just got broke. Yeah. You have to have special training to pick up poop and needles. Yeah, it's needles in particular, I'd imagine. I mean, frankly, it's not like I ever bothered clapping back on to anyone on Twitter anyway. Hey, McChicken. Like, I very, very seldom actually bother tweeting anything to transphobes because there's no point. Best game I've ever bowled? It's been a long time since I bowled, Priscilla, so I have no memory. Probably like 150 or something. Well, no, sir. I'm fine interacting with customers. I'm actually totally okay interacting with customers. Hardly, Pat. When a few days, like a week and a half ago, I tweeted a bunch of comic opinions. What was before that? Let's see. Me giving an opinion on from back in February, giving an opinion on Cowboy Bebop live action, my favorite Ghibli movies, supporting striking YouTube music workers, comment about GoldenEye getting a Switch release, and Nintendo not wanting people to have friends. Blah blah blah. So yeah, I very seldom tweet in general. And not a whole lot of the tweets that I have made are actually direct responses to transphobes. So yeah, the idea that your whole Twitter is passive aggressively responding to transphobes. No, there's like a couple of those from the past week and a half. Like a couple of passive aggressive responses to transphobes from the past week and a half. But again, why, Pat? Like, there's no point. I report a lot of transphobia. I report a lot of transphobic comments, which then most of which end up going nowhere, obviously. But I mean, there's honestly there's very little point in actually number one issue. Well, no. Frankly, capitalism is probably the number one issue plaguing our modern world. Ensuite tap water. I no longer have an ensuite, but I do need water. I'll be back in a minute. Blue dress on the floor? No, you don't, Smokey. There's no dress on the floor. No, Pat, I don't. There's no dress on the floor. If you saw something blue on the floor, I don't know what it was, but it wasn't a dress. Entitled lazy people. Yeah, the rich. Look in the mirror. Oh. Yeah, it's just a bag. It's just a, yeah, it's just a bag. Blue dress. Did I have a blue? I had a blue dress, right? Didn't I? I did have a blue dress, didn't I? Anyway, right now it's in a garbage. Right now it's in one of the. Right now it's in a big black garbage bag with some other stuff, with some other clothes. Just want to see him look hot in her pretty dress. Thanks. Have I unpacked? Nah. Nah. Am I going to hang my clothes? Nah. Nah. Why bother? Who's Orlin? All-time high score in Pac-Man. Shit, did I ever actually play Pac-Man? I must have played Pac-Man at some point. But no, I don't think I did particularly well at Pac-Man. So whatever my high score was, it would have been very low. Like, probably died on like the first level. The taxpayers pay for bottom surgeries. Sure. I'm fine. I'm totally fine with that. I have no interest in getting any bottom surgery myself, but yeah, I am absolutely fine. I am absolutely in favor of that being a thing. Betty Page style wig, Let's sort that wardrobe. Yeah. Gaming console. I have the only gaming console I have right now is the Switch, and PC or laptop. You have Betty Davis eyes. What about the infections they can get from that? I mean, there's a risk of infection from literally any surgery. Game I felt happiest to beat. I don't know. You know, Pat, you are starting to give some very distinctly transphobic vibes here. So fucking watch yourself here. Because I do block transphobes, all right? I fucking block transphobes. I've already honestly given you way more chances than I normally would for that shit. Pat on thin ice, and that ice is cracking. That ice is cracking right now. Saw a guy in my city with a transphobic t-shirt. Blech. I'm a woman who has been dressing like a dude since 1975. I do wish that it would be more socially acceptable. Or like, I do wish that we would just like, that gendered clothing was less of a thing. Because like, right now, generally women are allowed to, you know, dress pretty much however they want. Without, for the most part, without it being too big a deal. But guys aren't allowed to wear dresses, you know? Like, dudes can't wear dresses, makeup, high heels. And it's like, why not? Why not let them wear that shit? Why not just like, congratulations. Dresses are no longer women's clothing. Dresses are non-gendered clothing. No, Pat, I would not. What's stopping me? Yes, well, I mean, the main thing that stops me is just comfort. Seeing dude with eyeliner and nail polish. I mean, like, it's slowly starting to change. It is slowly changing. But it's slow. I like when boys wear heels. Yeah. I mean, high heels started off as something that men wore, funnily enough. Gendered clothing. That's what I'm talking about right now, SYL. And specifically that that I wish there was less. I live in Portland, everyone wears whatever. I wish there was less stigma around guys wearing dresses and shit like that. Again, I know nothing about Dylan Mulvaney. Never been able to find the not sure section. Would I visit San Francisco? Yeah, maybe. Not high on my list of places to go. Wouldn't say no. Google Dylan Mulvaney. Thing is, I don't really care. Like, I don't really care about knowing more about her. Gender is kind of arbitrary. A lot of it. Just colors like blue boys and pink for girls is arbitrary. Yep. That one's very arbitrary because that one reversed from I think originally pink for boys, blue for girls, and then at some point it got reversed. I think some men, just like some women, look okay in dresses. Yeah. Candace Kane. Well, having looked her up, I still don't particularly care. First trans actress to play a recurring trans character in primetime. Good for her. On the Magicians. Cool for her. Good for her for having a career on shit that I don't care about. Mulvaney pretty? Yeah, she's. I thought Mulvaney was pretty. She's a sweetheart too. Cool, cool. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, so yeah, actor. Yay. I mean, I suppose, like, obviously she did, based on that very, very quick, like, first couple paragraphs of Wikipedia, she definitely did end up being a trailblazer, so. So good on her for that. Tap water, Sericon. Mostly because for the most part, I just don't really care that much about celebrities, frankly. I never really have. It's not something that's ever appealed to me. A little bit of YouTube celebrities, same thing. Like, thoughts on Pepe the Frog? Got pretty thoroughly co-opted by the right, which sucks because the creator hates the alt-right. How am I? Meh. Poor Pepe. Yeah, because when the guy who created it, I was a fairly liberal dude, and then the alt-right just grabbed it and adopted it as their mascot, and it was shitty. But then Richard Spencer got punched while talking about Pepe the Frog, and that was a pretty glorious moment. It's my favorite meme. I don't know what my favorite would be. Why do you hate the right so much? Mostly because they're a death cult. Cyrax? Is he like? Wasn't he one of the like? He was one of the like robots in one of the Mortal Kombat games, right? Cyrax was one of the robots, right? In Mortal Kombat, from like Mortal Kombat 3. Hey, Uncle Junior. Ottawa Trans Library. No, I haven't been there. Former Drift King and former King of Akron, Ohio. Well, okay then. What do you eat for dinner? Just another frozen dinner, as usual. What are my thoughts on Jews? You provided your own answer in there, Ash Twinkie. Why did I go to the Ottawa Trans Library? Because it's a social space. And I am antisocial. Trans Library sounds cool. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is like a really cool place. I don't think I had heard of it before while I was living there, and too late now. I'm not in Ottawa anymore, so it's too late now. Jesus, Smokey, what the hell kind of question is that? What's something you wish you were asked? I wish I were asked more comic-related questions. Oh, that reminds me. I still need to do that stream of like comic artists that I like. Gotten any PO hits? Nope. I think I've gotten a couple of likes, but no messages. And I think only one mutual like so far. Which is not a, what the hell even is that place? Jesus, almost 2 hours away. So yeah, gotten one mutual like, and she's like 2 hours away. So I'm not. So I'm not even actually interested. Unfortunately, as it turns out, fucking nobody from Cornwall is on Plenty of Fish. Ideal first date? I don't know. Probably just get together for dinner or coffee or something. No matches yet on Humble or Hinge. No matches yet on Hinge, and no matches yet on Bumble. Population? Population of 50,000. Cornwall's population of 50,000. Gotten one like on Bumble, but I'm not willing to pay for it. So I can't see who it is who liked me. Because I'm not spending money on this shit. And no matches. Yeah, no matches on Tinder either. Again, I've gotten likes, but I'm not spending money on this shit. Damn. Milkshake. I had a milkshake. No, Dandy. I am listed as a man. So many of those 50,000 are junkies. Probably about 5,000. Got a lot of likes and a lot of matches, but all the dudes were gross or ugly in person. How long does it take to commute to Ottawa? If you don't own a car, then it's 2 hours. Like if you don't have a car of your own, then the commute to Ottawa actually means going to Montreal first and then Ottawa. Like there's no direct route from Cornwall to Ottawa anymore. No bus, no train, nothing. The bus goes, like the only route that exists goes to Ottawa via Montreal. So you're going an hour one way and then an hour back in order to get to Ottawa. So it's pretty. Actually, was it 2 hours or was it 4 hours? Actually, I feel like it was actually even longer. Actually, never mind. Minimum of 3 hours. You're looking at a minimum of 3 hours and 20 minutes. Like, at least. And depending on like which bus you take, it's either 3 hours and 20 minutes or it's 4 hours. One way. 3 hours, one way. Almost 3.5 hours. Which is so fucking stupid to me. Like, that is ridiculous for what is a 1 hour drive. I don't get why there isn't a bus. I know back in the day there used to be buses, like daily bus from Cornwall to Ottawa and in the morning and Ottawa to Cornwall in the evening. Like, I know a few years ago there used to be people who would commute daily from Cornwall to Ottawa. You know, like they live in Cornwall and take the bus to Ottawa for work. So like early in the morning, there'd be an early morning bus from Cornwall to Ottawa, and then an evening bus from Ottawa back to Cornwall. And now there's nothing. That might just be what I need to bus. I was always a nervous driver. Like I was very nervous. I'd much rather be a passenger. Have I ever tried driving Miss Daisy? Only in Mario Kart. I'm kidding. I've never played as Daisy in Mario Kart. Rosalina's where it's at, bitches. Of course, now that Birdo's there, Birdo is where it's at, bitches. I'm going to give you a warning, Dandy. Don't use that term. Don't start throwing racist bullshit in here, Dandy. I know you've been around for forever. I will fucking block. It's not okay for him to use it either. If I catch him using it in the chat, I'll fucking call him out on it too. Sir, I won't say the term. It is anti-black slang. It's not the N-word itself, but it is another does it start with? Starts with moon. No, anti-black. It starts with moon. Yeah, and a violet-legged insect, yeah. Stop trying to guess it. Stop trying to guess what the phrase is. Moonlight won the Oscar. Was that the one where they thought it was that? They said La La Land first, right? They were like La La Land, and then wait, no, it was Moonlight. That was a great disaster. Who doesn't love a big disaster? Moonlight is a superior story in film in every way. But it's not about Hollywood. If there's one thing Hollywood loves, it's movies about itself. Say about J.K. Rowling? Yes, I did. Not that one, Syrup. It's about those dinosaurs voting. Yep. Yeah, this is like Hollywood loves movies about itself. Priscilla? I mean, better is maybe not the best way of putting it, but Biden is a less bad president. Type of dinosaur would you be? A dead one, I would imagine. One thing I saw pointed out about who was it? Because Jamie Lee Curtis just won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress for Everything Everywhere. And one thing I saw pointed out about that is Hollywood loves to see glamorous people dressing down, sort of like looking unglamorous. Hollywood loves a movie where a glamorous person makes themselves look unglamorous. She's like that. I mean, she is. Like, she's an attractive, like, she's a, you know, she is a very attractive woman, but then in Everything Everywhere, she made herself look all frumpy. Handsome? Yeah, maybe. Handsome might be a good word, way of phrasing it, actually. Handsome's a good description for Curtis. Jamie Lee Curtis is definitely a handsome woman. But then in Everything Everywhere, she sort of made herself all frumpy. Barbara Lewis, Hello Stranger. Thank you very much, Cam. So yeah, she made herself look all frumpy for that movie. And Hollywood loves that shit. Or the Academy loves that shit. Who was that? Who was it who did that movie Monster? Who was that? Was that? That wasn't Diaz, was it? Well, in my shirt? Probably. Yeah, I think this one does. Charlize Theron, yeah. Charlize Theron. Excuse me. Yeah, so Charlize Theron, like, yeah, she made herself look vastly less attractive for Monster. And the Academy ate that shit right up. Did an amazing job portraying Eileen Wuornos. I'm sure she did. She's a good actress. I'm sure she did a phenomenal job. But there was also the fact that she is a beautiful woman making herself, who was playing someone who was ugly. And like I said, that is absolute Oscar bait right there. Bad Santa? Never watched it. Watching stream slut? Did you just call me a slut, Tendies? I have not, Smokey. Hey, Cam. Stop calling films Oscar bait. Thank you, Cam. But there are some movies that are absolutely put out as Oscar bait. Yeah, there are some things that are like, well, this'll definitely get at least a nomination, maybe even the win. Someone mentioned that 4 movies nominated wore a fat suit. Why not hire bigger people? Damn, stop calling gay cinema Oscar bait. I mean, when it's a straight actor doing movie about a serial killer, that's not Oscar bait. That Monster itself was not Oscar bait. Anytime. Oh yeah, loads, Pat. So yeah, yeah, Monster was not Oscar bait. Monster was, was a serious flick. Jessica Messica, tell me you love me so I can clip it, please. Welcome back, Jessica Messica. But I mean, like, come on. La La Land was Oscar bait. That movie was absolutely all about, hey, let's get Oscar buzz. Let's get the Academy's attention. That's why that movie existed. Hit Angela Bassett's political ideologies, but she's a truly talented actress. Do a freestyle. I am not capable of that. What is my favorite color? Red. Did I just freeze? Can I rap? Oh, hell no. Would you rather have $1,000 or 10 Bitcoin? I'm going to go with $1,000 because that's actual money. Green Eyed Lady, thank you very much. Glad to see you smile. Thank you very much, Green Eyed Lady. Hearts in the chat for Green Eyed Lady. Thank you so much. Sad Angela didn't get an Oscar this year. Yeah, I mean, it's... What was she not? She was nominated for Black Panther, right? Yes, I mean that alone, I think probably put her at a disadvantage for it. Do you like Brendan Fraser for winning the Oscar for The Whale? Brendan Fraser is a great dude. So good on him. Silicon Valley Bank, stupid for gambling in Bitcoin? Yes, it is. It very much is. Yes, I mean, Angela Bassett, the fact that she was nominated for a superhero movie, that alone, I think, put her at a significant disadvantage. No, I've never met Brendan Fraser, but I have heard nothing but good things about him. Because I mean, the truth is, there's a lot of people at the Academy who still look down on big budget movies, especially superhero flicks. They're popcorn flicks. So there's a lot of people at the Academy who, they might appreciate a performance in a superhero movie, but they're still not going to see it as legitimate for best performance. You got blacklisted when you tried to report a sexual attack? Yeah. The one exception was a posthumous case, which they sort of did. I honestly feel like they did that out of a sense of obligation rather than any vet tech. I don't think I could do that, boys. Harry, I am way too squeamish for that. Let's see, Angela Bassett. She wasn't gonna win for Black Panther because it's a superhero movie. The fact that she got nominated for a performance in a superhero movie is testament to how good her performance must have actually been. Winning for a superhero movie? No, that doesn't happen. We're still a few years out from. Yeah, I suppose it kind of depends on whether there's any like, because I mean, to a certain extent, a lot of awards are based on like, we have to give this one. Hey, Addie. Yeah, there's a lot of we have to give this actor this award this year. That absolutely happens. That person, this person delivered an amazing performance last year, but didn't get the Oscar. So we're giving it to them this year, regardless. That actually happens from time to time. I feel like that's no. I haven't seen the new. I haven't seen Black Panther 2 now. I watched the first one, not the second one. I haven't watched anything that Disney has put out in like. When did No Way Home come out? That was the last thing I watched that Disney produced. So has it been 1 year or 2 years? Good night, Sana. That's on Dogecoin. All crypto is especially fake money. All money, like money as a concept, is fake. So all money is fake. Crypto is fake money. Crypto is bullshit. But you have no money? I know. What about the petrodollar? The only real money that exists is Canadian Tire dollars. That is the only real currency. No. What will I do when the West collapses? Be screwed, I guess. My mom grew up with Angela Bassett. A lot of people grew up with Angela Bassett. She's been around for a long time. No, Vin, I'm not. I'll never grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. Gotta blow my nose. Give me a second. Sell the dirty tissues on eBay. I'm not showing the tissue. Creeps. Why don't I agree with crypto investments? Because they're scams. Crypto is... it's multi-level marketing. You know, like a few people who got in early made a lot of money, which got a bunch of more people to come in. Basically, a few people who got in early convinced a whole lot of people to get in the middle. The people who got in early made all their money off the people in the middle. The people in the middle were able to sort of break even off the people at the bottom, and the people at the bottom got ripped off. It's just crypto is a scam. It is a pyramid scheme. Ash, I got nothing. I've got nothing. But you're right. Juicer's right that I don't know what a TFSA is. That one doesn't ring any bells. What about social credits? Not something I've read up much on. Your hiccup won't go away? Trying to scare your hiccups away, PK. Speak of investing in pyramid schemes. No, I speak of crypto as pyramid schemes. Shortage of Adderall. Yeah, I think I read it. I think I read about that. Do I like Anna Lingus? Never heard of her, Tendies. Connie Lingus? But so this whole link is this like a family? Some celebrity family of what do they do? Band? I assume this is a band. Yeah, and they're getting shitty, Harry. Sophomore humor. Anna Lingus, Connie Lingus, and I assume the drummer is Faye Latio. Of course of course I got it, Juicer. It wasn't exactly complicated. I understood as soon as I saw Anna Lingus. Hey, Bacon. I got the joke as soon as I saw it. As soon as I read, as soon as I was deliberately, I was deliberately I was deliberately pronouncing it as separate words, as a joke of my own. Amanda Hug and Kiss. Oh, I'm huge, yes. What can I do for you? All right, better luck next time. What a pleasant young man. Gaylord. That used to be an actual name. People used to have that as their name. That is so wild to me. Hey, Irish Trish. Andrew Yang. Don't really know much about Andrew Yang. Was he? Actually, he was the guy like a few years ago who was like campaigned on UBI, right? Huge ass. Yeah, that's the one time on the Simpsons where Bart's prank call backfired. Yeah, that's right. Andrew Yang, he was the universal basic income guy, which I agree with universal basic income, but that seemed to be his one good idea. Remember being a receptionist at a huge law firm here and calling Mike Hunt to call the operator. One of those attorneys called me and said to knock it off. I suppose in that instant, if you have to call somebody whose name is actually Mike Hunt, then I suppose what you do is just say Michael Hunt at that point. Is my taint tender today? So lucky I did not get fired that day. Thoughts on Rob Zombie and his movie making career? I hope he's having fun. I hope he's having a good time with his movies. How much money should we send to Ukraine? I think I've got like a buck. I could chip I could chip in like a buck. Hey, Uncle Buck. Guy got arrested on the toilet today. I hope they let him finish. And wipe and wipe and wash his hands. Yeah? Like, I hope they let him finish, wipe, and wash his hands. Just cruel otherwise. He had a milkshake. I have a wallet. It's in there. It's in my bedroom. Oh, that was nice. That was a nice crack. Honestly, is there a more satisfying sound than cracking, like cracking a tense muscle or something, or bone or something like that? Like cracking your arms or your knees? Ugh. So satisfying. Do I have a bra? I do not. Any nice aftershave perfume? No. Ankles too? Yep. Never really able to get my ankles to crack. Ace Hardware? I don't think we have Ace Hardware. We've got Home Depot and we've got Canadian Tire. Squatter crouching ankles my crack. Yeah. Have I been to Couche Tower? What is Canadian Tire like? I don't know. I mean, it's a hardware place. It's got like car stuff and home stuff, garden stuff, pool stuff. Have any clever titles? Nah. Out. I'm out of clever titles. At least for now. Do I support clowns? Sure. I got nothing against clowns. They gotta make a living. You gotta make a living somehow, and if you want to do it entertaining kids, sure, why not? Clowns are fine. You can see me. They're not oranges. I mean, there's one bookstore. There's only one bookstore in Cornwall. Home Depot, not a bad choice. I don't know. The issue with Home Depot is like I don't feel qualified to work at a place like Home Depot because I don't know anything about anything. I don't know about any of that shit. All right, I'm going to. How, Ash? Like, how are you expecting me to get there? Uber doesn't exist in Cornwall. Cornwall does not have Uber. So even that is not actually an option. Like I said, the only way to get there is 3 hours on a bus, 3.5 hours on a bus. Aaron? Yeah, there's a bus. It goes through a different city. It's 3.5 hours. Hey, Jason M. Get a scooter. I can't afford a scooter. So yeah, it's just like there isn't a way to get from Cornwall to Ottawa. Well, yeah, there's a taxi, but veneers? I never got veneers. My two front teeth are fake. Broke them back when I was in grade 7. Sounds about right. And had to have them. Yeah, I broke them when I was in like grade 7. Guy in Japan that hires and stuff out to be a friend. Anyone who wants to pay for his time. Am I going to get to a job without reliable transportation? Hey, Amy. I mean, Cornwall does have public transportation. Remote work. I'd be definitely down with remote work as well. The one thing I found when I was looking for remote work, a fair number of places require that you be able to hardwire your computer into the modem. Yeah, because like I'm on Wi-Fi. Like my laptop is just on Wi-Fi. There seems to be a fair number of remote workplaces that are like remote work options that just straight up say, Wi-Fi is not acceptable. I've still applied at some of them. But my favorite chips, I like the salt and vinegar Ruffles are my favorite chips. It's preferred but not required. I was finding some that said required. Some it's preferred, but some actually say required. Unable to get Ethernet. I mean, I'm not sure where the modem is in this place, but I would assume it'd be downstairs. I slipped on ice, Stuff K said. I slipped on some ice, fell flat on my face. Sometimes want fish and chips or a cheeseburger too. Fish and chips are pretty good. Only flats. Sometimes I eat breakfast for dinner. Okay, good night, Smoky Vibes. Breakfast for dinner is damn good. Pancake dinner? Love a pancake dinner. Do you ever stay up all night and get McDonald's breakfast? Nah. Truth is, I'm not really keen on most breakfast foods. You like bacon? Yeah, I like bacon. Not going to like me anymore. No. I appreciate the faith, Lolo. It's just I feel like Home Depot, you should probably know something about homes. You should know something about like what literally anything in the store does. Yeah, you should know what at least some of the store stuff at the store actually is used for. If someone comes in looking for advice on like remodeling their bathroom, you should be able to give them some sort of advice. To use a librarian. Like that's sort of what it comes down to. Like if somebody comes in looking for advice on remodeling their bathroom, I feel like somebody at Home Depot should probably be able to offer something. Whenever I go to Home Depot, I read the signs on the aisles. I don't know. Maybe it's because I've never actually done any sort of anything like that, so I've never had to actually really ask for help. But cooking streams, probably not while I'm living here, Kermit. Skistar Chubbin. Wingstop. Don't know that I've ever heard of them. When's the last time you ever did something productive with your life? College, probably. There is a kitchen. It's the kitchen is like right next to the living room where they spend most of their time. I am not really comfortable streaming with them one room over. Would I take steroids? I don't think so, Anunnaki. I have not been in the hot tub yet. Curtis? They know. Yes, they do know that I stream. Does my nose itch? Sometimes. Murder Mystery is not really Mimi. Much money is in my bank account? I'm not saying. My mother's kitchen. My mom doesn't have a kitchen. I've never done below. I've never done any drugs. Do I hate money? I mean, I kind of hate needing money. Does my brother look like me? I don't know. It's my favorite ethnic food. Do you have more? I currently have more than $20 in my bank account. Yes, I have more than $20 at the moment. Maybe. I mean, you know, a few times I've chatted with them while I've got my dinner in the microwave. Do I like the Jets? Not a team that I ever really rooted for. Sports betting. I'm not really into gambling syrup. Got a meal to eat for dinner? Frozen dinner. You may eat frozen food, you may put on weight, probably. Favorite ice cream? I like vanilla ice cream. That said, I'm pretty sure it's not something I can eat anymore. Pretty sure ice cream is something that I just am not able to eat anymore. That's some Gwen Stefani cultural appropriation. I mean, it was weird when she was running around with like 4 Japanese girls as like accessories. And then it was weird when she started talking about like feeling Japanese, like identifying as Japanese. It was all really weird. She's drinking, was she? Did Jesse Smollett wine? Yeah, apparently. Apparently he lied, yeah. Stop drinking cow's milk. So I should drink human milk? Is that what you're saying, Produce? Hey, Megan. Keep saying he's innocent. The evidence was against him. Have I tried breast milk? I have not. I mean, not since I was a baby. Thanks, Megan. Did I be it that wanted best breast milk? Is Gwen back with Black Eyed Peas? I don't know. I don't pay attention to anything. Never was in Black Eyed Peas. Yeah, that was what I thought. Fergie was in Black Eyed Peas. I was was she in Black? Like I didn't know. But hey, maybe Gwen did hang out with Black Eyed Peas for a time when I wasn't paying any attention. Could have happened. I don't know. I don't pay attention to that shit. Nelly Furtado is in Black Eyed Peas. Cornrows, no. Well, anyway, it has been 2.5 hours, so I think I'm ready to call it a night. I'm pretty tired. Getting tired. So here's the work today. Yes, but to be fair, Juicer, you work 11 hours a day? Yeah. I remember my 10-hour shifts plus 1 hour lunch. To be fair, though, Celebrity Juicer, it's 2 hours talking to all you weirdos. But yeah, it's like, I can get away with only doing a couple hours a night. So why wouldn't I? So I'll be back tomorrow. So good night, everybody. Bye-bye.